Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. The space to be in this morning definitely is the auto and auto financiers. You just heard from Chola Investment about how good the growth has been. Another company that has reported very good numbers this time around is Shriram Transport. Disbursal spiked quarter on quarter. Assets under management growth, however, remained weak but steady on a sequential basis. Umesh Revankar, the managing director at Shriram Transport, is with us. Mr. Revankar, thanks so much for joining us. A large chunk of your finance goes towards used commercial vehicles, and of course, we've seen a big boost over there. But can you tell us what the growth could look like in the second half of the year?
See, all the segment where the vehicles, the vehicle movement is now operational. So there is no segment that is going slow other than passenger transportation. So we expect the disbursement to be on par with last year Q3 and Q4 for next half of the second half of the year. And that should give us around 5% AUM growth for the full year.
Okay. 95% collections is impressive, especially from 73% when we last spoke. How will you describe asset quality worries for Q3 and Q4?
See, ultimately, as long as the asset is put to use, then collection will be there. So we were just waiting for all the economic activities to restart. And customers, once the economic activity restart, they start paying. So that's what we have seen in the month of September. Some of them took moratorium and some of them did not. But in the month of September, we saw all of those people who have taken moratorium or not taken moratorium, all of them paying because the economic activities were there across the country. It is not exceptional to any geography. We have seen everywhere the activities being quite good. So they are able to pay as long as they earn money.
Okay. Mr. Revankar, would you say, barring another lockdown, you would be on the growth path, or even without that, there could be a problem because what you saw was only pent up?
I don't think it is pent up because even in the month of October, I'm able to see almost a similar moment like September. So the demand is quite good. Even credit demand is good. Even the movement is quite good. So I feel these October, November, December being a harvest plus festival period, the movement has to be higher than the previous quarter. So the entire quarter we should have a good collection is my belief. And especially during the harvest period, the November, December tend to become much better because the cash accrual to the rural market and semi-urban market because of the agricultural activity and movement is quite high. So we expect the collection to be much better in this quarter, in the Q3.
Sir, you generally give us a very good sense of what the trend is in the commercial vehicle market. I want to understand from you, within pre-owned CVs as well, are you seeing more demand come in for, say, the high tonnage trucks, the tippers, the oil tankers, or is it still the LCVs which are picking up pace?
The tippers have been doing well. Construction equipment and tippers have been doing quite well. The tractor trailer segment, which normally carries containers, only on those the movement has been a little slow. And also the 14-wheel truck which move across the country long distance, because long distance transportation is still not same. But within the state, heavy vehicle movement is quite good because this agricultural produce or even FMCG for that matter, they use heavy vehicle for transportation. Only thing is there are certain activities like container movement and the export and import activities. They have been little lower than the previous year, but I think that will catch up. And if the construction equipment demand, including tipper, has been quite good, especially from September onwards.
Okay, and finally, Mr. Revankar, how is the cost of money? Are the mutual funds and debt market ready to fund NBFCs at lower yields? What can you guide in terms of margins for second half?
Definitely, there is going to be some improvement in our borrowing cost. We have been consistently borrowing only for matching tenor, that is 3 years. We don't normally borrow short. But for if you're borrowing short, there is enough instrument and scope for borrowing at lower cost. And probably we can average it out. But we try to match our borrowing with the lending period. So, but even then, there is a scope. We expect next couple of quarters, the borrowing cost to come down by 20 basis points.
What, 7% NIMs? You averaged higher, above 7 usually.
Yes, we are at 6.66 and we should be able to reach 7 by the end of this year. That's the target for us.
Okay.
And borrowing cost is definitely going to make a difference. And as far as the lending rate is concerned, we don't have much challenge in passing on to the customer. Okay. But borrowing cost, definitely yes. We can have a good mix and match of borrowing to reduce the cost and increase the NIM. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Revankar, we'll have to leave it at that. Lots of corporates waiting by. Thank you very much indeed. Important guidance there. They will get back to 7% NIMs by the end of this year. Well, with that, let's invite our next corporate, Bank of Baroda. Strong top-line growth, lower provisions, all of that have led to Bank of Baroda's profit beating the poll that we got on the street. The net interest income growth has been pretty strong. Collections have crossed 90% levels, we were told. Sanjeev Chadha, the Managing Director and CEO Bank of Baroda, joins us. Mr. Chadha, good morning. Thank you very much. Very sharp jump, I mean, more than expected jump in the net interest margin in Q2. Sustainable, you think? What can you guide?
To the extent that we are in a liquidity surplus situation and there does not seem to be any need to go for deposits aggressively by pushing up rates, I would believe that this improvement is sustainable. Also on the asset side, if we see the nature of growth, while our corporate book has come down, the growth has come from retail, where home loans organically have grown 13% YOY, education loans again by 13% and car loan by 35%. Since it is a retail book that has grown, I would again believe that in terms of the yields also, we are on fairly strong footing in terms of sustainability. So the short answer is yes, while there may be some pressure on margins because there could be some stresses which flow through to the book going ahead, but that impact on the margins and a large part of the improvement that we have seen during the current quarter and mostly account of reduction of cost of funding that should be sustained.
Mr. Chadha, good morning. I wanted to talk a little bit about the advances that declined about 2.4% quarter on quarter, while the credit cost was at 1.3% in this quarter. Can you give us some guidance on what loan growth may look like and what credit costs could be by the end of the year?
We would want to grow both our deposit and our loans by about 7%, because we believe that's something which is consistent with quality underwriting and maybe in line with where the industry might be. We do not believe there's any reason for us to revise the guidance. We still believe we should end the year with about a 7% growth on both the asset side as well as the liability side. But what we would want to make sure is that even going ahead, just like in the past 2 quarters, both the asset growth as well as the liability growth is of good quality, which means that the liability growth is led by an improvement in CASA deposits. And on the asset side, the retail book, and particularly the secured retail book like home loan.
Okay. Mr. Chadha, what percentage of your loans or aggregate amount may get restructured? And separately, this credit guarantee for MSMEs, only half of it has been drawn. Why are bankers hesitating to restructure MSME loans?
So I think the MSME loan restructuring dispensation has continued pretty much the way it was, and MSME restructuring is happening. So that has not really changed on account of COVID. Only the effective date had been moved, and that's something which is likely to happen the way it has been happening in the past. To some extent, of course, the MSME book has received support from the fact that we had a government guaranteed loan scheme which was there, where you could give support to the extent of 20% of the loan book. For us, that was a significant amount. We have, I think, sanctions of more than 8,000 crores there, as against total book of about 100,000 crores. So that was a significant support. So given the fact that the well-established seasoned procedure for MSME restructuring was already in place, and there was additional support which was forthcoming in terms of guaranteed loan, I think the MSME loan books should perform pretty much as per historical standards. In terms of corporate, in terms of retail, I think we just have to hold our breath and see how it plays out. But in terms of early indications, without again being in a position to hazard a guess where it might be, it seems likely it might be lower as compared to what our anticipation might have been in the past.
Okay, just talking a little bit about privatization. I mean, just your thoughts. Will you be considered for privatization at some point in time?
As I believe there is no indication whatsoever that that's on the agenda.
Well, the government did say they don't want more than 4 entities in the public sector. So anyway, just a word on capitalization, recapitalization. How much would your capital requirements be?
We have raised 1,700 crores of the 4,500 crores we are authorized to raise by way of AT1. We may access the market for AT1 bonds going ahead. In terms of pure equity, that is going to be really a function of how the stress is likely to play out, how restructuring is likely to play out. So I think as we come to the close of the current quarter, which means as we get into January, and when the contours of that restructuring are clear, we should have some kind of assessment. We need to access capital markets, and if so, to what extent? But as far as our current understanding is concerned, our requirement for capital is likely to be lower as compared to what we had anticipated at the beginning of the year, simply because I think in terms of both the internal accruals of the bank and also how the stress is playing out in terms of our own balance sheet, things seem to be better as compared to what we anticipated.
Oh, that's good to hear, isn't it? If the stress is lower than you thought. Thank you very much, Mr. Chadha. Have a great festival season. We have absolutely overstayed on Bazaar, so we have to wrap up. Thanks much for joining, and trading ideas are lined up for your chartbusters.